Hello, and welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream. I think we're going okay here. What's going on this light? Always something right off the bat. Alright. Yeah, so I was set up for... Oh, that's a weird... Do I need this? Maybe not. Okay. Whoa. I was set up for a totally different, a non-green screen interview. So there we go. Things are all moved around. Hey, unknown girl. Hey, how's it going? New account, I see. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. You were going through some stuff last time, so hang in there. But it's good to see you. Yeah, good to see you online. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I think this is working. I gotta figure out the chat box in the stream. I should either make Photoshop smaller or the chat not transparent. Wait, let's see. I think I can just do that live. It's just a filter. Is that going to take up too much traffic? Or too much real estate traffic? Let's find out. That's a little bit better. So maybe the writing part of it, I'll have to size things down. Good, good. Well, I'm glad. It's good to see you back online. Oh. All right. Let's just get warmed up a little here. Yeah, it's brutally hot, and it's just the sun. As soon as the sun goes away or there's clouds, you know, as soon as the sun starts to go down, things are pretty reasonable, so the humidity isn't as bad as it usually is, I'm guessing. But the sun is brutal. Yeah, I can't imagine, because the convention season is back in the U.S. I can't imagine what that's like after being away from all those sweaty people for 2 years to now. Summer plus, you know, comic book fans or whatever, game fans is pretty brutal. Nice. Oh, great. Good timing. Great, yeah. Good to have you, unknown girl. I'm glad I can always catch you in the chat. That's very fun. Always around cooking time. Yeah, that's right. We got an hour difference. So. Nice. Right. Yeah, so not an eventful week. I did, yeah, like I said, I did an interview that was supposed to happen last week that got postponed. So it was good that could happen. So that'll be on the Upturned Table channel. And it's with a game designer who also lives in Japan. He's an American that also lives in Japan. So the time, it was so easy to set up a time and to catch up online. Usually I'm dealing with you know, huge time differences, so it's not fun. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Oh, these are on the same layer. So that was good. Much easier than usual, and very rare. I think there's only a few people that are living currently in Japan that for me to interview, so it would just be the same people over and over again. All right. Let's see. Something like that might be fun. So I hope everyone's doing good. Hey Lipid, how's it going? Good, yeah, things are going okay. More of the same. And brutal, brutal summer. And things are still canceled. They're still canceling summer festivals. There was a local festival that got caught because we've had the rain kind of later in the season. Got caught in a downpour, and they hold it on the kind of sports field for the high school. So it got really muddy. So they just kicked people off of it and basically canceled the festival. So they all were around the train station. Yeah, the interview, if you're talking about the interview, that went really well. It was a very fun conversation, and we even talked for a while after after I turned off the recording. It was good stuff. Yeah, but good to see you, Lipid. Thanks for stopping by on Twitch. Not much activity on Twitch. Oh, I'm not even logged in. Interesting. Yeah, so very good situation. And we might even, because he's located in Japan, we might even actually have a face-to-face interview for the channel instead of all, Skype and video streaming type stuff. So that would be fun to have him on the weekly or something like that. All right. What else? Yeah, I'm drawing really big for some reason today because I'm zoomed in a little bit. But yeah, things are good. Yeah, we're coming up to next week is the Obon holiday. So Obon is kind of the Japanese Day of the Dead kind of celebration. So it's a kind of respect for your ancestors, and you visit the cemetery, the grave site of the ancestors, and bring them home with you. So at the beginning of the holiday, you visit the cemetery, you bring them home with you, and have kind of you can have a ceremony with a priest, or just have a family dinner or whatever. But you're supposed to just bring them back into the house, and then at the end of the holiday, you visit the gravesite again in the cemetery and return them back. So it's just kind of a remembrance holiday and kind of respect to ancestors. And because a lot of the family money and everything is structured around kind of generations of people, it makes a lot of sense, because you need to be grateful to those that came before you, because they made your whole life possible, like how you're living now and everything possible. So it's different in other countries. There's a lot less. It's kind of every man for themselves, or every person for themselves in other countries, so they don't have that same kind of feeling. But yeah, in this way, in this culture, it makes a lot more sense, just because of how much you do owe the people that came before you, and kind of and name, and the kind of the stereotype, honor and the family name and everything is much more important. It's really surprising that there is any crime at all here, or that people do some of the crazy things that they do, because I guess it just means that tradition is going away. But it used to be that people were very worried about what that meant for your family name. and you wouldn't do something if it would ever be associated with bringing, dishonor or shame or whatever, or just embarrassment to your family. And that's why divorce in Japan is more rare and slow, because the whole neighborhood knows and your whole family knows when someone gets divorced, and if they move back into the house, it's very difficult, because you have to basically explain. People want an explanation for what happened in a lot of cases, and so it's much more difficult in that way. So in some situations, which makes it very bad, even if the family could support you, you come from a decent family, they won't let you come home. So you're on your own, and they don't quite disown you, but they don't want you to embarrass the family. So I've heard of situations like that too, where you can't come back, because what would people say? And maybe America used to be like that. Like my grandparents' generation used to be much more like that. But I was surprised to hear that. And recently too, not like 50 years ago, like a few years ago, that's happened to people. But it's changing. It's modernizing a bit, but that does make it very difficult. And I think it does. People consider their behavior. Well, they talk about it being like a more collectivist thinking here. You're thinking about the group before yourself, which is why I think Japan was very worried about communism and socialism during the post-war times, because it fits. It fits a lot of the mentality. Oh, I see. Yeah, just only a few cultures. I think cultures that have like kind of ancestor worship more, they have those types of holidays, like Obon, which is kind of like Japanese Day of the Dead. It's only when you have strong like ancestor remembrance, and it's kind of built into the religion. I don't know if it probably comes from the Buddhism, but there's always like in the families, like the main, either the oldest brother or whoever is kind of the center of the family. There's a shrine in the home, which usually has a photo, or even the ashes, the urn of the deceased relative there, and so you go there. Maybe even on their birthday or whatever. That's where you go to kind of pray for them and remember them. So they always have that in the house, and so there's a whole holiday that kind of revolves around that. So that's where the ceremonies center too. If a priest comes to the house, it's centered around that. I forget, Butsudan. I think the in-house shrine, and some of them are really beautiful. Very ornate. More recently, I think they've become more minimalist and austere, but the older versions were more ornate, because they kind of represented, heaven, and a lot of like some of the altars at temples and things, if they're called altars. But it's similar to that. All right. Maybe some candles. Yeah, so things aren't back to normal here, but slowly it's starting to, it's trying. Let's see. Yeah, I'm wondering how all of the getting back to normal things that are going on in the U.S., how those are going to go. Because things are very contagious now. There's a lot of, coworkers, and actually that was the reason that the interview was delayed, is because the guy I was talking to, his kids' preschool got closed down because one of the teachers was positive. So it's very, it's still around. So just eventually everyone's going to have to get it, and then we'll be done. So maybe those big events are good, where people are exposing themselves to clusters, because if everyone's going to have to get it before we can call it quits. All right, who knows? Yeah, maybe no candle jokes. How about like a tea light? Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, yeah, I think school is now that kids are getting it. Yeah, schools are a huge risk, so they have to be very careful. Because they were careful immediately, but there wasn't much happening, especially with young kids. But they were worried, of course, that it would spread to grandparents and older family members. But yeah, now it's kids, kids, kids. All right. What else? Matchstick. Oh, there's no way to put eyes on a matchstick, though. I think I have done it in the past, but it's not easy. Yeah, maybe a lighter would be easier. Just harder to draw. Yeah, so who knows when we're ever going to feel comfortable again with anything. But I'm really surprised, because I think I've talked about before, Japan has a lot of mask culture for flu season and allergy season. So masks are not uncommon like in a lot of Asian countries. So it wasn't a big culture shock to have to deal with wearing a mask. But recently I think people are getting tired of it. There was kind of instruction from the government that if you're outside and not near anyone, you don't need to wear a mask. So that's been taken to mean you don't need to wear a mask outside in any situation. So it's looking very different, because for 2 years it was 100% people were masked. The only people that weren't masked were kind of mentally that you could find them mentally ill pretty easily. But now people are, I think, just getting tired, and with this really hot weather back, it makes it so much more uncomfortable. So I think that changed things a bit. All right. But I'm surprised to see kind of fatigue, and it's definitely immediately with younger people. You saw it right away. They're like, "Yeah, we're not doing this anymore." All right, something like that I think will work. Hey, unknown girl, and Matt. Oh yeah, I just read Matt's message. Hey, unknown girl. Sorry. Yeah, you guys just write things and I'll just say them like Biden. I just read off the list. Hey Matt, how's it going? Thank you so much for setting up that group, that chat group. Oh man. Yeah, very cool. Yikes. All right, I think I'll do all of that in the coloring. But yeah, good to see you, Matt. That was a fun. Matt and I got a chance to play Blade Runner on my Saturday, his Friday night. That was good fun. I hope. I was having fun, but unfortunately, that may not always translate. Uh, yeah, good stuff. I'm glad to. And really, I think that was the most enjoyable online session I've had, because of the local group started to go online. And for some reason, I guess everyone's just got such like crazy different equipment or whatever, or just their situation. Like some of them are like literally at a kitchen table, and everyone's in a different kind of place. No one has like a room that they can isolate themselves in a lot of cases, and there's kids running around and stuff. So it's really disruptive, and sometimes the games get really confused because people don't hear something. Sometimes, depending on what your setup is, if someone talks over someone, you lose what one of those people were saying, and so then there's confusion. You didn't say that. You didn't say you were doing that, and a lot of that kind of nonsense goes around. So yeah, it's funny. It's I've enjoyed more sessions with the U.S. lately than locally. It's very funny, and I think we're losing someone in that group. I think the guy from Australia just got a. We don't know for sure yet. It's just idle rumors, but may have gotten a job offer in Australia, so he may be headed back. So that sucks. Oh, I'm drawing on the same layer over and over again. Yeah, that's the hardest part about game groups here is if you want young, vibrant players, a lot of the times they're not here for that long. So you've only got a couple of years to play together, and then you can try to coordinate, doing stuff online. But yeah, we just haven't figured that out. Especially when it's people in multiple countries. It's like England, the U.S., Japan. It's like, oh, that's a difficult hour to choose. Like someone's going to be really sleepy, someone's going to be up really late, and someone's going to be like it's going to be lunchtime. Oh, I've got the proof. Unknown girl. Matt's cussing like a sailor. We got the audio proof. Craig was there. Craig, the recording bear, was there. So we'll be releasing that in an internet blackmail document. I know Matt will claim that he was playing in character, but we know better. uh, uh, oh man. Yeah, doing that interview made me realize. I mean, I guess I'm always a little bit conscious of it, but it's really funny how. Oops. I think there's a lot of people that get involved in, like the journalism for a particular industry, like game journalism or whatever, because they want an into that industry. Like that, they see that as a shortcut, and a lot of magazines and things have a lot of rules. They're very restrictive about, and you may even have to sign that in your contract that if you leave, you're not going to be working for somebody that was an interview subject or had an advertising relationship or whatever with the magazine. But it happens all the time. Yeah, so it's a kind of a shady little shortcut. But I realized, how people must be putting themselves, because you do get to kind of know everybody doing the same sort of thing, and on a friendlier basis. So yeah, it does. It does seem like that's got to be impossible to control if you and magazines are almost dead, but running publications, that has to be very tempting. And then also in this day and age, it's got to be really easy to do gotcha things. I mean, it would be so easy to, especially if you were like drinking or whatever with someone you're interviewing, it'd be so easy to basically have instant blackmail material on them if that you could get them off their guard, or they weren't around their PR people or anything. it's got to be so crazy. So I can't believe more of that isn't happening. I'm sure it is. We just don't see the money changing hands. But those sorts of things, I was thinking about. Yeah, that's got to be terrible because the people in those industries need that. Need that avenue of marketing and promotion, and they're at the mercy now. And I think people have gotten a lot less. I think the younger people that are in journalism and doing interviews and writing are a lot less scrupulous and a lot more mercenary or Machiavellian, like just looking out for themselves and doing whatever it takes to achieve either some political goal, like if they're more activist, or a personal career goal. That has to be terrifying. Yeah, every time I've been interviewed, I've done a terrible job. So I hope I'm a better interviewer than interviewee, because, yeah, I'm really bad. When I was at the Kaigai manga show, the foreigner manga show in Japan, there's a guy that has a podcast that just goes around and talks to everyone at the show. So he didn't particularly seek me out or anything, but he always catches me off guard. I'm always the most tired or the most frustrated or distracted, and he's walking by with his little micro recorder. I'm like, God damn. And I try to think of something interesting to say and never have. But yeah, that's a funny thing. But yeah, it's really got to be strange and different now, because there's so few people that are actually trying to be journalists anymore. Just this pure journalists, and even the old school, I'm trying to think of the Watergate guys or whatever, any of those guys that are still active. They're all very partisan and have an agenda anyhow. So it's not maybe there's no such thing as a journalist in the sense that what it used to be. And I think a lot of activism has created that. What was I heard someone talking about that, about I was reading about the Kent State shooting, and there was some newspaper editor or somebody that was talking about how that had changed, how there was, as part of the mission, to kind of put your beliefs in your writing, but then in the 60s, that really got very heavy-handed, and even changed people's kind of credibility, because they were so heavy-handed with their politics, and that changed journalism forever. Everything became op-ed instead of actual reporting. It was all just opinions, and now we have that now, especially with cable news. It's all opinions, which is good if you want someone to repeat your opinion, or if you need an opinion. It's good if someone has one to share. But I don't know. I forget what paper that was, or who was talking about that, and it just things really changed. And maybe not the 60s so much, like the early 70s was the big change, where everyone had to everyone had a cause, and they were inserting that pretty heavily into their work. That's not very interesting, but just those things kind of occurred to me when I was doing that, about how tenuous that has to be for some companies, because you do see that all the time, like these weird accusations, and things come out, and then a company or a designer or somebody gets labeled something, and that's it. All right. Okay, boxes aren't helping. They never do. I guess they just get me to get my line to be more consistent. Uh, yes. All right. Oh yeah, this box was kind of fun. Something. I don't know. I'll just keep drawing. Yes, I hope everyone is doing well. It's still, yeah, still strange. Strange times. And I'm not even going to know, I probably won't even be able to tell when things are, you know, similar to the way they used to be. I probably won't even notice it. But if it's not what we've been going through, it's going to be something else, I'm sure. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I haven't been watching the Japanese news constantly, but I'm surprised there wasn't more talk about the Taiwan visit. The Speaker of the House visiting Taiwan. I mean, there was talk about the military exercises and the missile launches and stuff. But yeah, and maybe, you know, it's just because Japan doesn't criticize the U.S. In the media, at least. You know, there's a lot of protesters and things, people that do that. But but I did hear a really interesting quote from, I think, like a retired Army general or someone in the U.S. military that really hit home, you know, why Korea is such a sensitive topic for China. I guess there's two reasons, but the reason that he kind of enlightened everybody on was pretty interesting. Of course, the microprocessors, the microchips, the whole manufacturing. You know, Taiwan has like a huge chunk of that industry, like 80% or whatever. But also, he called the island of Taiwan the unsinkable aircraft carrier that basically Japan launched their attack on mainland China from. And so strategically, you know, it's way too sensitive to have you know, an island that you can easily stage from. It's like only like 100 kilometers or whatever from the next land that's China from Taiwan. So yeah, historically it's been, I guess since the invention of the airplane, it's been a very vital part of so occupying Taiwan means then you can just launch attacks on China, and so that's a huge reason for them not to want any interference. All right. Yeah. I should mess with this drawing. It's not good, but it's not. It's only going to get worse if I screw with it. What are those boxes of? I have no idea. All right. Yeah, something. Something like that. Yeah, visually that looks fun, but I don't know joke-wise what exactly is going on. Maybe a little flatter. About being more open. Something like that. Go. Ah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, a squished box. Yeah, yeah, that would be. Let me see. Wait, where's. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so an open box, and yeah, maybe that's a that might be a good idea. A Nongurla, like a really crushed one. See if I can do this without ruining the. The there we go. The two options, neither option. There we go. A really crushed box. So we've got a pristine one in the middle, and then the two options just open, open or destroyed. Uh, yeah, something. Hmm. Yeah, right. Hey, Matt. Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, I got a little bit of a late start, but oh, cool. Yeah, that will. I'll try to get that edited and up as soon as possible. So yeah, take it easy. And oh yeah, and the Andreas interview. Yes, thank you for helping me with that. Hey Yum, how's it going? Good night, Matt, and hello Yum. See you soon, or be in touch soon. All right. Yeah, it's good getting back to different content for the for the YouTube and the podcast. All right, yeah, we'll go with something like that. This one, and then this will probably be these guys. Sorry. I hope I haven't done a bug candle recently. It's always possible. I can't remember. What's all this? Okay, that's the lighter. That's this. This is nothing. This is nothing. A lot of empty layers. This is nothing. Alright, so center these guys and scale things up a little bit. Alright. Okay, should I color these a little? Let's go with a weird green color, maybe. That's kind of fluorescent. A waxier green. There we go. And what should we do? Like a citronella candle? Like do a weird orange or... Yeah, maybe. Let's try orange. And then I can do some... Oops, some other color in there. And the lighter... I don't know what this little... Should I keep that? I guess I like the balance of the image, but I have no idea what that little tea light is doing. Alright, something like that. Alright. Whoop. Oh, just kind of a red. Yeah, the rest I can do with highlights and then the T light. There we go. Oh, good, good. Yeah, hopefully I can come up with what exactly is going on. Okay, so let's do a oh, maybe just a yellow kind of glow. I don't know if I want to make this like an airbrushy thing, or is it? What's going on here? Large. There we go. Like a yellow glow that I can, there we go, have some control over. Something like that. Oh, and actually, yeah, I can kind of do a little glow on everybody. Tone it down a little bit. A blazing. I should not do this with a mouse. I should do it with a very bright citronella. Yeah, that's visually that's pretty goofy. Maybe that'll work. All right, let's try some. Oh, so yeah, and then I'll make the shadows actually going away from everything. Oh, no. Switch back to the pencil. Yeah, so everything has an extreme, except for maybe this, yeah, maybe this candle just here has an extreme shadow on it. A little bit longer than usual. Something like that. Ah. It's kind of halfway between one of those butane lighters, or it doesn't have a little striker on it, but those ones that spark the that have the electric one in there. Yeah, mostly they don't have the flint lighters here anymore. It's all the little butane with the little spark that lights it. So I haven't. Yeah, I have a variety of odd lighter drawings. There's a Zippo in here in one of these cartoons somewhere. Oh, that goes here. Maybe that's a little too bright. And maybe on the metal, make it a little. Oh, that's right. And I wanted to do something a little lighter. Try to make this look a little more transparent. Oh, get this back on. There we go. Yeah, I mostly see those, most of the lighters just around the house are those weird ones with the really extended metal tube. So it's butane lighter, but it's for, lighting incense and something in, like in a jar or something. So it's got an extended, extended whatever, where the flame. Oh, actually, yeah, I don't know what. Try to make things look like glass. There we go. All right. maybe... Trying to figure out if any of these should be... I guess there should be some sort of deal on the citronella. What's going on? Oh, I've got the thing selected. What? There we go. Something like that, but very light. Oh. And maybe smudgy. Wow. I bet that tool turned out pretty high. Oh, that's right. Yes, I need yum around, or else my lighters look look bizarre. Yeah, that's right. Well, where would I be without you, Yum? An obvious pretender. All right. Is there anything... Oh yeah, maybe I would do a something that looks like the center of it. Yeah, something like that. I hope this survives the conversion to JPEG. Sometimes the more subtle stuff gets lost. Actually, one more. One more. I hope I don't make that. I think I already did a smells funny. Smells. The citronella candle smelling funny. So I have to come up with something. Something better than that. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, and these are just boxes. I'm trying to maybe more yellow. Yeah, it's just too red. Okay, there we go. And maybe a little bit different in shade. Just so visually it's not so... Oh, actually, that's very little difference, but well. Okay. Oop, wrong there. There we go. Yeah, try this. Yes. What caused to the senses? Yes. They were all reeling from the... or they weren't sure if it was them or the citronella. But they wanted to leave. Alright. Then I'll do, I guess, labels. cursor. There we go. Put it somewhere. It can be a little bit more misshapen. Should we do any packing material? Yeah, I don't know. And some ink or something on the... Oops. A bit finer. All right. Little cat flashbacks. Oh, that's a good idea. Fragile stickers. Yeah, let me do that. Let me make one, and then I'll kind of warp it to go on the other two. So first, I guess I'll just do... We can always edit this. And then the text. What? There we go. Some, maybe just the Beebus is good. Oh, wow. That's really big. All right, 30. There we go. And I'll just, because it's all going to be kind of rasterize that and pull it and here. Oh wait, there's a isn't there like a glass or something? There's usually like an icon with this stuff, isn't there? Like a I'll just make up my own. But isn't it like a martini glass or something breaking? There's something. There we go. Something stupid. We'll just fake it here. And then there's a this is going to look like electricity probably more than breaking, but yeah, something like that. There's always some like weird weird icon of broken glass or something. Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's always some weird. I think there's like a. It's like here, and there's a. I can't remember. like another little, but you probably won't be able to see this very well, so I'll just make it look somewhat like these things look. Merge layers. So here's our sticker, and let's put it on some stuff. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be the hardest one. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of distorting to put it on there, and then also to make it look all distressed. Alright. Isn't there a... yeah, this kind of thing. Oh, there it is. Squish. Yikes. Maybe that's not it. Something like that. So that it looks a little bit more beaten up. I guess just fade it. No? I guess we just want to... oh, no, that's right. That's the shadow from behind. Oh, yeah, this side up would be good, too. And we can just do a... oh, actually, I should make it a copy just in case I screw it up. Alright. I'll do this and then maybe cut this. Oop. Cut this one off. And kind of place it. Let's see if I can. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll try. Yeah, kind of place it around the edge. Sure, like that. Well, what's this one? Oh no, is that it? Where's it? Oh, it's this one. Okay, there we go. Something like that. Oh, where'd the other guy go? Oh, what happened? Did I? There it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey Rev, how's it going? Yeah, right. Monkeypox. The monkeypox vaccine delivery. Yeah, so probably do that with this. Yeah. A little more crushed. Yeah, that around the corner worked okay. All right. Oh, so maybe one of these not on the box, and he's not really worried about maybe not like that. Distorted. And he's not really worried about not having one. Let's see here. So an extra sticker. So not having one may maybe a better outcome. Shoot, that's not. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit. I want it to be readable still, but not too distorted. Okay, something like that. Or no, I guess that's fine. Yeah, right. Disease samples. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I like that better. It's distorted in a little bit more readable way. Alright, let's just do that. I can fuss with that sticker all day. Yeah, so something about not having a sticker is probably a good thing. Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, it should have some sort of... yeah, because there's some reason that it didn't get stuck on, so... That's a good idea, Rev, a little crinkle. If I can figure out the shape of this shadow. I guess it's not that important. It's pretty high up. Alright. No, that's a good point. Let me see. Okay, I don't want to screw up the original. But if I... take a little piece of it. Then I can take a little piece out of it and, yeah, oops, not round this part out. There we go. Then the shadow, we can sell it. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess it should have a little bit of drop shadow anyhow. Ah, close enough. There we go. And maybe some... oh, it doesn't show up, does it? Oh yeah, a little bit. A little bit. All these guys can have that. Yeah, good idea, Rev. That makes it look more interesting on the ground there. Alright, so where do the eyes go? So maybe... here, and definitely here. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, maybe this guy should have kind of... well, no, I guess it's okay. They're different enough. Oh, Rev! Oh, that's awesome! That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down before I forget it, before it disappears in the chat. That's really good. That's really good not to advertise your weaknesses. Whoa. Yeah, very good. Very short and sharp. Sometimes it's not. It's better not to advertise your weaknesses. Woo. Good one, Rev. Coming in there. Yeah, that's nice. Actually, let me make everything a little bit bigger. It's kind of feels kind of small in the frame. There we go. I still don't like the shadow. Oh, did I? Yeah, nice. Nice. Oh, yeah, yeah. Their weaknesses made them a target. That's good. Yeah, you distilled Yum's idea down good. Very good. Wow, that was a great, yeah, excellent collaboration in the chat, because it was definitely the labels that became more interesting than the state of the boxes. So Unknown Girl said the labels people placed on them, that's really good. And then weakness, the labels were weaknesses. And then sometimes it is better not to advertise your weaknesses. That's great. All right. As if boxes have a choice. All right, let's see here. Just put a little, yeah, something here. All right. Nice. Oh, the other one's done. That's right. We finished the other one as well. I forgot citronella candle. Oh, there we go. Dang. That was quick. A little bit different scale, aren't they? Yeah, always. Nice. Nice team. Yeah, and without Yum in the chat, I could never draw a lighter. Never be allowed to draw a lighter. I would be reported. Wow. All right. Well, let's take a look at some comments then from last week, since we only have the writing left. All right. Let's see if this works. There we go. And the chat can probably be bigger now. Over my head, maybe not. I don't know. Does that work? Sure, my head will block the most recent. Yes. Undefeated. Oh! Thank you, Unknown Girl. I totally would have forgotten about that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That is a brilliant idea. Okay, so, yeah, go through the... Okay, here we go. And I'll keep track of the... where we stop. Oh, this is going to be brutal. K5 just wanted to watch me squirm, I'm sure. Watch me suffer. All right. So this is dated 2002, but it was a couple of years before I got syndicated, so all the dates on them were still their original publication date on the on my website, but they kind of shifted 2 years after the syndication. So November 10th, 2004, because I think I did a show. I did a show in September, maybe September, and then I met Go Comics, and then they presented my stuff at the meeting, chose me to do syndication, and then I had to upload all the files. So 2 months later, yeah, things started. So yeah, I just dated it from when they started. Hey, nerdy trans girl got one in. That's really funny. All right, so the first cartoon is the brave little cup sat as a monument to the previous night's events. So just a frustrated coffee drinker biting into a styrofoam cup. All right, that's great. That they thought. What's IKR? IKR. I know, right? I know, right? Yeah, is that what that means? Nice. All right, the very first strip. That's so funny. All right, yeah. So this was, and so we're gonna see a lot of this style, a lot of coffee, I think, a lot of coffee cups and kitchen stuff. So brave little cup, and I think yeah, the writing is a little smaller. It's a little harder to read. Brave little cup sat as a monument to the previous night's events. Next, November 17th. Oh, so they were. I thought. I guess I didn't do daily at first. I'll have to go through and see. So November 17th. Nancy Drew says, "I love this comic. Just that's a good idea, K5. I never thought people would go back to the beginning, and of course, if they're going back to the beginning, they're gonna comment on very old stuff. Great. All right. So November 17th, sliced bread sat alone, making a mental list of things he still felt greater than. So, the greatest thing since sliced bread is the joke on that. All right. Love this comic. Just discovered it. Nice. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, they are 20 years old. So I definitely had a different, yeah, a different sensibility or different head space. All right. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this was the very first little because I was drawing all over a page. Once I came up with that little styrofoam cup character, I started drawing all these little things all over the page. And so this is all marker drawing, so that's why it's so rough, because I can't redraw anything. It came out the way it came out, and then I tried to help it in uh, in the coloring stage, to look more, you know, 3D, like volumetric or whatever. So breakfast, always unpleasant, was when Pepper decided to reconcile with Salt, isolating sugar. So yeah, the little early idea was that there was a lot more melodrama between. So uh, Pepper left Salt for Sugar, but then they reconciled, and Breakfast is just waiting for this to happen. But that's good because now the sugar is available for the cereal. All right, so I should mark these too. Sorry, let me go back and do that. Let me mark these with my likes, so just in case we forget, we'll be able to find them. Find where we left off. All right, nice idea, K5. All right. So December 1st, the plastic pail and shovel felt it was best to be professional and never speak of that crazy night again. So this is the beginning of implying like weird things, but not really showing much evidence. Yes, the soap opera plot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true too, Rev. Yeah, the my models for what I was drawing were definitely more dated stuff. Yeah, because it's all stuff from the early 2000s, so my head is probably still very much in the 90s. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, and a lot of times because I drew the cartoons in batches at this time, so I would do like a dozen at a time, and sometimes when I would just get stuck, I would just want to do as many as possible. I would just be looking around the house or the kitchen or whatever for inspiration. So a lot of that, yeah, a lot of that was yeah. It's based on the stuff that I had. So I'm sure I had some of my daughter's old sand stuff. Hacked and covered with toast crumbs, the stick of butter longed for days of making cookies. Yeah, so I was. This is just based on how the sticks of butter have a measurement on them, and so sometimes there'll be a stick of butter in the refrigerator that's just cut off at a very specific, amount that was used for baking, and other times it's just all hacked up because somebody was trying to put it on their toast. So yeah, I think this was one RC Harvey actually when I showed him some of my early cartoons. He's like, I don't think I get what you're going for here. I don't think I understand what this is about. So it's an acquired taste, and I guess I probably got better at explaining myself too. All right, so we're still in 2004. So December 15th, 2004. The casserole dish was viewed with horror and disgust when it was revealed she contained the missing leftovers. So a little murder mystery there. Wow, and everything is kind of like sliding off at an angle. But the idea that, you know, and I don't even know if this is common knowledge anymore, but casseroles were just made from, like, if you had hamburger patties left over or like bits and pieces of stuff, you could just kind of put it all together to make a casserole and, you know, put some macaroni noodles or something in it. But the fact that it would be things that used to be in the fridge and then disappeared and then came back came back as a casserole. I think that's like a very Betty Crocker era idea. I don't know how many people are going to get that. Nice. It's for butter. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right. And if people are just hacking at a stick of butter and then you don't have an even, like, equal unit left, you don't have a whatever it's tablespoons or whatever it's broken into. If you don't have an even unit left, then you just have a little less butter in your cookies. Yeah, this was definitely a popular sticker. It looks so funny. It's so wonky at the time. So December 22nd. So the box of cereal had difficulty with his feelings of disgust for sour cream. So cereal is fine with milk, but when it comes to sour dairy products, yeah, sweet, especially, and this is my like interpretation of like sweet kids cereal. Like, it's supposed to look like Trix or like one of those store brand like fruit cereals. So it's supposed to look like a sugary kids cereal, and of course it wouldn't want to go anywhere near sour cream. So the beginning of the uncomfortable interpersonal relationships. The bottle of champagne sat endlessly in the refrigerator, unopened, and the pressure was becoming unbearable. So the idea, these are really crazy drawings. The idea that you have a bottle of champagne in your refrigerator waiting for some reason to celebrate, and of course in this world there's never anything to celebrate. So a jar with one pickle in it and some kind of like weird beet brine or something is pickled beets is just sitting there growing old. All right. And now 2005, the dawn of a new a new year. The Chianti bottle felt neither romance nor old worldly, but instead like a head injury victim. Yeah, so that was a thing. I think that stopped in the 70s, but candle holders and things, you would burn candlesticks in them, and it doesn't matter, especially candlesticks, I think, would overflow. You know, like that little reservoir of melted wax would overflow a lot, and it would overflow in a container. So sometimes you would take like a wine bottle, like a Chianti bottle or something that was more like a jug, and use that for a candle holder. And so the wax would melt over it, and you would change the color of the candle every time. And so it would have this, like, it would be coated with dripped wax from all of the candlesticks that had been in there. Oh, Rev, thank you so much for stopping by, and thanks for the kind of congealing all of the good ideas into one solid idea. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. But the yeah, let me see if I can find I'll just because this might, for a lot of you, it may not make any sense what I'm talking about. But this, yeah, and so you would see these because it would take a long time to make these, and so a lot of people would. Oh, my Chianti bottle is terrible though because I didn't do the. Oh, maybe it started off as like an Italian restaurant thing. Yeah, was it good? Wow, there's no really very good examples. All right, well, let me throw this in here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So I guess the Chianti bottle should have a like a little wax or a wicker, like a little wicker base to it. But you would use that bottle again and again with different colored candles, and it would just melt down over it. So sometimes you'd have at garage sales and stuff these Chianti bottles just covered with all this wax that I guess people thought looked nice. It was a very 70s Italian restaurant thing. So that's what this is supposed to be. It needs its wicker base though. I totally screwed up the it's a bottle without the wicker on it, which is probably why nobody knows what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, but that was very common. Yeah, that 70s, weird 70s style. So, 2005, January 12th. After the last leaf fell, the glass of club soda was full of regret. So they did. So the glass of soda, club soda, didn't. Although I don't know if club soda kills plants or not, but it didn't water the plant and just watched it slowly die. I guess the leaves should be more brown to get that across, but yeah, just a bunch of a bunch of carnage. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, to try to redraw some of the same scenes and see how different, and especially because I'm using such different techniques. All right, January 19th, the glass carafe sat dutifully on the coffee maker, her contents turning bitter and burnt. Yeah, that's a very wonky old 70s coffee maker. Nice. So January 26th, a coffee pot, the metal coffee pot knew he had lost his beloved mug since she had tasted cappuccino. So the exotic flavor of cappuccino changed her forever. Yeah, the eyes are they're almost not quite even open with the a very new Sharpie has a very fine point. So doing the eyes and the Sharpie, they both look like really tired, or they have swollen eyes or something. Very different. She can never go back to camping coffee pot percolator after experiencing cappuccino. I should have put a little foam on the cup or something. Oh, here we go. February 2nd, the crusted saucepan could remember almost nothing about the previous night. Cooking something crusty and horrible. Alright. Oh, look at this tiny little thing. There was significant discontent amongst the returnables. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah, I think that it's actually that's what they used to print on the bottles. These bottles are returnable, so they didn't. They were returned and washed and then reused. So not really recycling. They were returned. So returnable bottles. So the cans aren't, but the bottles are. And I don't think actually the bottles that size were reused. It was only the larger ones. All right. Oh, look at this. We get a little background, a little changing of wall depth action. February 16th, 2005. After the grease fire, no one felt safe. Even the pot holder had lost sleep. Oh, and it's got a little singe. It's got a little singe on the... oh, you can't... Oh, yeah, you can't see that. A little singe on the side there. So a kitchen grease fire and it's turmoil. But yeah, I'm trying to, like, the wall... Something's going on. This is the rare background element. There's almost no background in these cartoons. It's funny. All right. February. Yeah, this weird large jar of pickled beets had lost her identity after learning she no longer contained any beets. So, I don't know why I was fascinated with the jars that are just the brine or the leftover, the stuff that nobody uses. Just either one left or nothing in there. So she's nothing now. She's just a and why, I don't know why pickled beets were so interesting. Yeah, the really awkwardness of these drawings looks a lot like that childhood that childhood book with the racist mustard in it. All right, here we go. Empty liquor bottles were always the last to know when the party was over. I think that's supposed to be a Crown Royal bottle. All right, yeah, March 2nd. So we're still in 2005. No one's seen that. That's a pretty rough drawing too. It's hard to tell what's going on. Uh-oh. Don't look, Yum. It's more cigarette lighter anatomy, incorrect anatomy. Fantasy fantasy anatomy of lighters. So March 9th, 2005, nothing could cheer up the flashlight once he learned his batteries were leaking. He was almost incapable of lighting. Oh, but oh yeah, it was just so Unknown Girl. Uh, the origin of it was just drawing a styrofoam cup. So I was drawing a bunch of characters, like a bunch of like little devils and like little strange little cartoon characters, trying to come up with something that would be fun to draw many times and just come up with some sort of story idea or a series idea or whatever. And I drew just a little white styrofoam cup with a Sharpie, and it wasn't a character, it was just an object, but I just put the two little eyes at the bottom of the cup. So wait, I can show you. If I just, so it was basically, I mean, I guess I probably explained it well enough, but so I was drawing a bunch of things. I had a page that I had a bunch of different drawings on, and then one of the drawings was just, basically I think it was just the little styrofoam cup, and I've been drawing a bunch of other, heads, arms, and legs, and they had a lot of expression, and so I just drew this little object, and then just doing that, suddenly it had better expression and like actually captured the expression of what I wanted, the kind of cartoon or whatever that I wanted to draw, because the other things that I were drawing had very extreme looks, like very happy or sad or whatever, very maniacal looks, and something that despondent and kind of sad like instantly appealed to me. So that was like the first, that first drawing was the thing that made me think, well, what about if I just drew inanimate objects and just use those eyes to make them alive, but they're just kind of sitting there stunned, like the whole that expression, even though there's not much to it, and it can't vary, it can't change very much. That was it. Like that was the whole origin. That little drawing was the origin of that was the origin of the of all of these cartoons, all of these characters. So those two dots made a styrofoam cup, yeah, like last 20 years. So it's crazy. Yeah, I got the I'm gonna need a stamp or something of approval on each one of these where the lighter actually looks like it works. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I should do the little styrofoam cup as the very first, and then because I was doing a lot of work in Photoshop and Flash at that time for my freelance, then I figured I should color them digitally. Let's just scan them and color them digitally. And back in the day, it was a much easier thing to do. Let's go back to the comments. Yeah, it was much easier to do that back in the day because you could import stuff directly into Photoshop, and then you have the file right away, and I could scan them very high resolution. So even though they weren't very complicated drawings, I was scanning them at 600 dpi, which is like way more than you need, but then I could scale them, and you could see a lot more of the detail of the marker drawing then, so I didn't lose anything. Because I was always, that's the thing, the other thing about doing a webcomic I was so paranoid about is what if I had worked for 20 years on a webcomic and I had literally drawn it at the size that it was on the web, that little 600 by 480. I couldn't publish them. Like, they would be unpublishable because the resolution was only for the internet. So all of that work and all of everything you put into that is just meaningless, because it could never be reproduced in another medium. It's only made for to be on a web page. So that's why I came up with that way of scanning them, so my drawings had a lot more flexibility. I could scale them up to poster size, and you would not see any aliasing or anything. Crazy. All right. There's a little flower on the teapot or the saucepan. All right, March 16th, 2005. The large steamer pot always felt depressed when the saucepan complained of not feeling feminine. Okay. So she didn't feel, even that little flower didn't make her feel feminine. Yeah, see, and these are written way before the days of gender identity, or so there's going to be some probably not not very delicately worded cartoon or jokes in here. So yeah, the idea that those old, like, 60s and 70s cooking ware sets that would just have like a simple flower design or something that was supposed to make it, but they were always that ugly cream color or some disgusting color that they always looked bad, but then they would put some pink flower or something on it to make it more appealing. Conversations. Oh yeah, we've seen this one. Conversations with the plunger always stalled when he was asked, "So what do you do?" And this is back in the day where everything is frowning. I went more for the stare. I wonder if I drew a mouth on that first cup. I don't think I did. When the skinny girls say I'm fat. uh, yeah, but I made everything frowning. I wonder if that's the case with the that first cup. I remember the eyes like made it a character, but maybe I did. Yeah, maybe I did draw a little sad face. It's possible because there are a lot of mouths in these early ones. All right. So the salt and pepper are back. March 30th, 2005. The plastic gallon sat neither refrigerated nor recycled. So this came from my. So we always had gallons of milk. Every house I grew up in, we'd always buy milk by the gallon because there was a lot of people drinking milk, I guess. But always, especially my father, would never use the last little bit of milk in the giant plastic gallons. And those plastic gallons took up a lot of space in the refrigerator. So sometimes we'd have two or three almost empty plastic gallons. And then if they would sit out and just turn warm, yeah, they would get put back. And it was just, yeah. So for some reason, this image is this weird, like, limbo, this weird, disgusting limbo of milk in giant plastic gallons. I wonder if that's still how milk is sold. I haven't bought anything bigger than a liter of milk in a long time. April 6th, 2005, the unmarked brown paper package was very disillusioned by his sudden unpopularity. So this might have been, I think it was that in the 90s, but it was just maybe Unabomber. This might have been like a Unabomber joke. But the idea that unmarked brown paper packages are terrifying after, I think this was around the Unabomber time. So it's a hysterical terrorist bombing joke. April 13th, 2005, more drama. All hope was lost when the jar was told she no longer contained any olives. Yes. Again, a jar with nothing left in it is the joke. And I'm not sure, is she sad or is that the line? See, I had to figure that out. I had to get a lot better at deciding whether the line of the inside of the jar to make it look transparent was a mouth or if it needed to be a different color. Yeah, another empty jar joke. Oh, there we go. A jelly donut was cold comfort for the covered glass cake dish. So nobody was baking any cakes. So somebody just stuck a jelly donut under the cake, the glass cake dish, so that there'd be something there. And it didn't help. So, yeah. An early one. AK5. Yes. Thank you. This is your idea. Yes, yes. No problem. Yeah, we're just going through the old stuff. We're following your advice and going through some of the old stuff. and marveling at the lack of drawing ability. Oh, there we go. There's the first happy cartoon. All right, so that was 2005, April 27th. The little orange juice glass knew better days were ahead, for this morning he contained no vodka. So, the idea that the morning juice was a screwdriver every morning was... yeah, I'm glad I fixed the text. We'll have to see when that happened, when I made that. Maybe when I switched to digital, but made the text a little bit larger and balanced it more so it wasn't... the two lines were more even. That looks a little nicer. This morning he contained no vodka. All right. Only alerts. Nice. So Yum has a page where she toplessly notifies everybody of streaming. I thought so. Only alerts. If that's really a thing. Oh, it could be really a thing. There's anything is on the internet. Anything is a thing. The hand juicer never understood things until they were ground into his head. So very thick skulled. All right. Oh, some carryout. The odor of the leftovers invaded everything, corrupting the entire refrigerator. So some spicy carryout. Yeah, those are the days I still remember. Yeah, you have things wrapped up from whatever dinner or whatever. Yeah, they would just throw it all in a clamshell, styrofoam clamshell, and then you take it home and stick it in your refrigerator for it to just dry into an inedible mass. Yeah, there's very little takeout. Not takeout. No leftovers here. You can't get things to go. They're just worried. I guess especially in the summer in Japan, the food safety is just too dangerous. There's not a lot of preservatives in foods, and things get so they worry more about food poisoning than they do, you getting your money's worth. And the portions are very small, so it's very it's much less common. Uh-oh, another cigarette lighter. Nice. So during short fits of self-improvement, it was the lighter that felt the most abandoned. Yeah, so every time they give up smoking, the cigarettes were gone, but the lighter remained. Yes. 8 out of 10 on that lighter. It's a little squat. But they did make those little mini Bic lighters. Like they were the normal Bic lighters, were like about that. And then there was like a hat, like a mini Bic lighter. I remember those. As a kid, those were like very attractive, of course. But I think it was because you could stick those in a pack of cigarettes more easily. Because I remember that a lot too. Like you'd smoke a couple of cigarettes and then you had space in the pack, and then always, parents or family friends or whatever, they would have their pack of cigarettes and they'd have a lighter stuck in the side, or they'd crush the side of the paper pack a little bit and slide it in between the cellophane and the paper. I remember that too. It's a Daffy Duck lighter. All right. Okay, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. All right. All right. Oh, wow. So yeah, yes, I'd already been to Japan. So I think it was 2001 was my first trip to Japan. So this is my first Japanese joke. Due to their smaller size, the cups were usually drunk first. Ha. So the little, sorry, osake set. Yeah, they have the small cups, and because you're supposed to fill each other's cup and kind of monitor each other's drinking, and of course the red faces are a reference to how red-faced most Japanese people get when they're drinking. Nice. Yes, that's and there's the first kanji in a. And I think I wrote that myself. Yeah, it looks terrible. All right. Oh, back to this, are we? The only one alienating mango chutney was herself. So a difficult mango chutney in the refrigerator. Yikes. Look at this wobbly looking box. Nice. Oh, expiration day was always painful for the eldest half-gallon of milk. The eldest. Nothing like expired milk. Yeah, the smelling the milk, that's the worst thing. Especially in the morning. It's like, oh, it's expired. Let me smell it and see if it smells bad. And it always does. Even if it's not expired, it often smells terrible. Ooh, look at this. Complicated drawing. The mixing bowl always felt cheated and wondered why he could not be on top. That's pretty rare too. A glass mixing bowl. But those are the old style KitchenAid or whatever type mixers. But look how happy the mixer is to be on top. Another smiling cartoon. So this is the second smiling cartoon. But it's got all kinds of. It's really weirdly drawn, but you can still kind of tell what it's supposed to be. Yikes. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Oof. Yeah, some of these are brutal. The mixing bowl feared the worst when every night she was filled with 3 kinds of ice cream. Yeah, those are supposed to be like Haagen-Dazs or what's the other one? Ben and Jerry's, like little pints of ice cream. Or maybe because of the pink, they're takeout from a Baskin Robbins or something. Nightly she was filled. Alright. June 2005. The monitor thought of them all as empty calories. So computers and snacks. And look at that monitor. Wow, that was actually, I think they were just starting to go away, the big CRT monitors, but yeah, because I bought like right before everything. They were still pretty expensive. The flat panel stuff was still expensive, but I bought 2 huge, like 27-inch or whatever the biggest tube monitor was. I bought 2 of those for my computer setup right before the end, and yeah, I regretted that very much. And I think because either I had speakers next to them or I had them too close to each other, they started to get that weird, you know how CRT monitors can get like a weird green haloing or some like weird effect. So something, a magnet can fuck up the tube and how it displays. So those things got fucked up right away. And they would be burn-in too. Like if you left, that's why they had invented screensavers when monitors were just one color. Because if you left something on a CRT monitor, there would be this like ghostly after image. So whatever was on your screen for hours and hours would burn into the tube, and then you turn it off and you could still see it. And then you turn it back on, it's still there. So you always had this weird, this weird thing. Bottom top joke. Yeah, I think it's what I was very mildly going for with the mixer one, is some sort of bottom and top. All right. Yeah, this is bizarre, and yeah, this is much more of a landscape than other drawings. Yikes! The mortar and scale felt isolated from years of disuse. Still, people use mortar and pestle in the kitchen, I guess. Yeah, and that kind of digital scales are all there is now. So every maybe not everyone, but most of the time when I drew a stapler, it was always the red streamline stapler for that Office Space, or the first like Mike Judge cartoons. All right, despite their obvious similarities, the pencil, cup, and the coffee mug did not speak. Physically similar. Oh, there we go. The open box knew he was in trouble when he was ignored by everyone. He was open but ignored. Oh, there we go. Another happy. Yeah, for some reason, orange juice is always happy in this cartoon. I don't know why. So July 2005, orange juice stood resplendent, the most beloved of all morning juices. And the sun is rising. Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. The character from Believe You Have My Stapler. I'm gonna burn down the building. yeah, for some reason orange juice is the happy, optimistic beverage. Everything else is sad. Heat resistant did not mean insult proof. So with these cartoons, this level of cartoon, I was already going to comic shows and printing little booklets of these and stickers and everything, and people were responding to them. So even in this state, they already had a little bit of a following, and I had them on because there weren't that many web cartoons or web comics at this time, and I was already another orange W. I was already I guess getting some views online from the little like web circles or the few websites that promoted cartoons. And I guess because this looked very different, it wasn't some furry melodrama or whatever was popular at the time. Oh, the tulip vase lied, telling the paperback she looked just fine after the bathtub incident. It was supposed to look like one of those swollen, like a paperback that's been dropped into water that just kind of swells, so it won't ever close again. But I didn't draw it very well. All right, Paper Cup felt that he could handle this one on his own. I don't know, this big old jug of something. Yeah, some of these are a little bit too. Yeah. These are starting to have a angle. The 100-watt bulb envied the flashlight's independence, with the flashlight obsessed with bulb size. All right, there's the beginning of the innuendo jokes. 2% always grew uncomfortable in the presence of Skim. And of course, Skim is slender. Nice. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what that looked like, didn't it? K5, that vase. That's too many back. Yeah, that looks exactly like a bong in rolling papers. Gotta make it look like it was supposed to be. Oof. Realizing he had been left behind, the coffee mug settled in for a long wait until the next semester and the inevitable islands of mold. Oh yeah, an old half-drunk discarded coffee mug. All right. Oh, hot air popper. There was no explanation for the air popper's newfound popularity. Oh, that's right. I think this was at the time when they were trying to bring it back. There's always, it's like so cyclical. People wanting to eat popcorn without oil. So hot air poppers keep coming back. But I tried to draw it in that, or color it at least, in that very old, weird 70s way when hot air popping was popular. Oh, yeah, that's true, they don't. The coffee mug was the star, the binders don't. Ooh, that's creepy. The binders don't exist. They're just furniture. I don't know, they're just inanimate objects. Ooh, a set of 6 was far short of the dream the drinking glass had had. A set of 6 glasses. The ashtray felt a strange blend of jealousy and envy for the familiar abuse. So somebody used the glass for an ashtray, put their cigarette out in the glass, and the ashtray missed being stamped at with a lit cigarette. Literally referencing the title of the cartoon. Baking soda felt trapped under the weight of all he had absorbed. So I guess, before they made other little plastic things, you buy a box of baking soda and leave it open in the refrigerator, and then like any fish smells or anything will be reduced a little bit. They'll be absorbed by the baking soda. So that was the cheapest way to deodorize your refrigerator. And I think they even started advertising that, like Arm & Hammer or whatever the brand of baking soda said, also removes odors. So you could use it for cooking, or you could let it remove. But I think you can't use it after you leave it open. I don't think you can use it because it is tainted by the refrigerator. Blinders. The binders as blinders. Yeah, they were just visually impaired. The lunchbox felt awkward And oh, needed. I think we needed to avoid staring at the beaker's strange markings. Yeah, this one. That's another one. That's a good thing to keep track of too. Cartoons that needed editing. Let me just start a list so I can remember these. Yeah, this is another useful thing. I don't think I've ever done this, is gone through everything so I can find some of my typos. And if you guys see any typos that I just kind of read past because it's too familiar, let me know. I need to, yeah. The lunchbox felt awkward and needed to avoid staring at the beaker's strange markings. Yeah, and if I edit them, I can actually balance the text a little bit more. All right. Well, there's one. There's one with a lamp that I needed to fix for many years now. October 19th, 2005. The birthday cake slid into a deep depression following the day's events. So just a one piece taken out, sitting around doing nothing birthday cake. Whoa. Oh, there we go. This became kind of the logo and how I identified the strip for a long time. I took this cartoon and kind of pushed them closer together, and that became kind of the icon. It may still be for like the Facebook page or whatever. And I loved this cartoon because it's not a particularly amazing drawing, but it's the shortest. It's one of those short phrases that just kind of nails the idea. So nothing seemed to help, meaning that a paper umbrella in a in a cup of coffee doesn't make it any better. Still dark. Ah, baking soda on carpet as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think, and a lot of like deodorizers are baking soda based. But yeah, this was. So once I did this cartoon, I think I had hit my stride and like said, okay, I can keep doing this. Like it's going to. There's no end to this, because this idea, just the simple image and the joke itself, felt so perfect that I was like, okay, I can keep doing this. And so yeah, I always keep going back to this cartoon as kind of the touchstone for the whole series. So yeah, this is it. This is the beginning of of 20 years. Yikes. All right. The thankless nature of his job was finally getting to the pencil sharpener. So just grinding, grinding pencils. And I love that I didn't even straighten the images in Photoshop. It wouldn't have been hard to like select the line drawing and like straighten it. So everything is like falling off the side. Oh yeah, you think so? Yeah, I should. Yeah, this would make a cute T-shirt. Oh, I should show you guys the shirt that I did. Um, the 1 year for promotion. Have I ever worn it on stream? I don't think I've ever worn it on stream, but I don't think I have the file anymore. I'd have to recreate it if I wanted to make it. But yeah, I ended up giving away more of them than I don't think I. The intention originally was to print them very cheaply. They were like not a great quality shirt. Print them cheaply and just give them away as promotion, and just make people promise they would wear them at the show like the next day. And yeah, I still have a bunch, I think, somewhere in storage. Sure. Yeah, I'll wear it next stream. Yeah, it's just a black and white shirt. It's just black with white graphics. But I'll pull that out for next time. All right. So the pencil sharpener its job was finally getting to him. There we go. There was nothing more. There was nothing but embarrassed silence after the cup with the tea bag was filled with coffee. Yuck. Coffee brewed into tea. Oh my god, look at that. That's a very tiny cartoon. Just the idea of fun size made the little candy bar feel inferior. Fun size. Everything is very tiny. Oh wow, this is all Halloween candy cartoons. The fear instilled by the apple made all the candy suspect. Yeah, so that's a razor blade or straight pin in the apple joke from the days when they would try to terrorize parents with you have to have your candy X-rayed. I definitely talked about this on stream, but when I was a kid, that was the thing for Halloween. If you got any candy from a stranger's house, especially if you got apples, I don't know why people are just trying to be healthy and give you apples, but if you got an apple, you had to take all that candy and have it X-rayed. So the local hospitals would like waste, I don't know like what is expended in an X-ray if they actually like made film or whatever, but they would lay all your candy out and X-ray it because then they could see that if there was any metal inside the candy they couldn't, or maybe even like if there was a little reservoir that was like something was injected, but they never found anything because in the history of all of this Halloween candy scare, the only people that ever uh, poisoned people with Halloween candy were their own relatives. Like, so you weren't going to be able to avoid it because it was your parents or your uncle or your grandparents that were poisoning your Halloween candy. It was never strangers. So this fear of strangers was never needed. Yes, exclusive OG merch, definitely. uh, oh yeah, I should do that. Do a t-shirt with a book. All right. Yeah, we're still doing Halloween, are we? Once outside, the plastic pumpkin candy felt vulnerable. It was so protected by that. I didn't even draw a face on the plastic pumpkin. That's funny. A bowl of water, long since holding any food, was a subject of much concern. Yeah, this looks like in that first batch of things I ever drew. This looks like one of those original drawings. A little still life of kitchen stuff. Oh, there we go. The potpourri room spray constantly tortured the bayberry candle with what he referred to as the inferno. Yeah, so this is getting closer to how the cartoons look and feel now. The inferno. All right, November 3rd. Oh, we're going to make it out of 2005. Yeah, maybe we'll stop at 2006. The plastic bucket saw the castle as the first step in his campaign towards world domination. So he's happy because he's taking over the world with his sand castle. All right, November 4th. The saucepan dreaded pasta night, feeling like a watched pot. All the spices were watching. Oof, that is a nasty looking football. The baseball had to admit that next to football, he felt small and boring. Oh, the waning popularity of America's pastime. November 6th. Now we're daily. Okay. The ice cream dish was abandoned in favor of eating directly from the carton. What a fancy dish. Yeah, we're daily now. Okay, maybe we won't make it out of 2007 or 2005 if we're daily now. Cigar box. The cigar box envied. Cigar box envied the lack of commitment the cigar tube represented. The lack of commitment. Maybe the cigar box. Let me make that. Let me make that a fix. It sounds like it needs something. That's weird. The cigar box might help. All right, we'll do a couple more here. Yeah, we're not going to get out of November. Falling in love with a dented beer can was the last thing Milk wanted. There's a little bit of the melodrama and soap opera back. Yeah, it's definitely a 1910 football. Definitely. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we're still going day by day. The half-used can of frosting knew another cake was out of the question. So not enough frosting for another cake. So sitting there forever, half full. Oh, here we go. And here's the beginning of the innuendo. Ranch dressing was uncomfortably attracted to cherry gelatin's jiggle. I like that it's ranch dressing too. It's a weird phallic bottle of ranch dressing. See, this is my pining to have a cartoon in Hustler or a Penthouse or something. All right. Yeah, but this is getting closer to the modern, the more recent look. The harshness of the freezer was no place for a bottle of light beer. Yeah, so putting warm beer in a freezer so that it gets colder faster usually ends up with usually ends up with the bottle bursting. All right. Oh, the refreshments found the floor of the movie theater cold and unforgiving despite their tremendous size. I guess, yeah, well, there's popcorn there, so I guess they are on the floor. But somebody just set them on the floor. Oh, here we go. Even after all the exotic drinks, the blender's wanderlust did not subside. He wanted to see different places. Oh no, this is a really bad drawing. The empty frozen dinner tray dared to dream of washing and reuse. Oh yeah, that's the day of like microwave dinners and like paper. I guess they're plastic as well. Plastic or paper containers that are just thrown away. They used to be tinfoil because you put them in the oven. Yikes. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll stop on this one. This is my this is my favorite. This was, I think, one of the more popular stickers too. But the bottle of beer found his new spot in the refrigerator somewhat erotic. So this was one of my favorite early early on cartoons because he's between two big jugs. Get it? Right? Yeah, it's not hard to get the joke, but yeah, this was one of the my just made myself laugh so much. So and he's got the biggest stupidest grin on the bottle. Oh man. But yeah, that was one of my favorites, so we'll end on that. Yeah, so there's some other tossed salad references and other things coming up, so I was always trying to put some stupid little innuendo in there, and most of the time people would just like flip right past it and not even respond to my stupid joke. But that's our beer bottle. All right. Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't even read that one. Yeah. I found his. So I didn't want to be too blatant, but I just found his new spot in the refrigerator, somewhat erotic. All right. There's the another T-shirt too. Okay, so let's. Oh, that's right. But now we have to do some actual writing again. So, fast forward. So let me also write down where we stopped. November 15th. Wow. Yeah. So we still have a lot of November and December left. Yeah. So we might be daily for a while. I wonder why. Something may have happened when I switched the schedule, or maybe I don't remember exactly what happened. Maybe originally I said make it a weekly, but then I realized the cartoons that I already had would go in like years, and daily was more ideal for the ad revenue. New stuff would. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. This one. Yeah, the writing for the boxes is done. That's right. Nothing to do. Rev summarized everyone's ideas into one cohesive. Sometimes it is better to not. Oh wait. Yeah. Sometimes it is better not to advertise your weaknesses. Yeah, that's fine. Not to advertise your weaknesses. Perfect. All right. So, smell a little funny, keep a little or what the hell is citronella? Oh, it's actually an oil. Oh, I see. So, it's a natural essential oil that keeps mosquitoes away. Oh, interesting. I thought it was a some sort of formulation they specifically made for a candle, but it's actually an oil. Yeah, no, I didn't. I think I had idea, but not completely. So so the first thought was uh, what he something about the smell smelled funny. So the phrase that I wanted, don't do that. And I think I've used that same phrase before with the bug candles. Um, he, but the idea that the candle is affecting everything around it, we should probably incorporate so the visual makes a little bit more sense. Um, an undistracted. Oh wow, interesting. Oh, thanks, Yum. Yeah, it's I definitely changed the yeah, and some of the digital ones I'm able to really like yeah put a lot of detail into it that's not line work because the color work I've like put more into. So yeah, fun. I guess I something changed in 20 years. It's just getting away. But if I wouldn't have early on dedicated myself to or committed myself to uh, I'm just going to draw these with a marker, and however they come out, they come out. I wouldn't have been able to continue because I would have like gotten hung up on a few drawings and spent too much time, and then just got frustrated and probably not been able to the daily cartoon, which got my cartoon discovered. So yeah, I just had to commit to yeah, this is going to suck. Like a lot of these drawings are going to look terrible very early on, and that gave me the ability to actually do the cartoon regularly. Whereas if I wanted it to look like this, you know, drawn straight with marker, it would have taken me a long time to get my touch down, and to I'd probably find I wouldn't have used Sharpies, but to find a better marker to draw with. But it would have taken a long time, and I would have produced very little. So it would have turned out a lot different. Like I don't think I think this would have been a collection of 100 drawings, and that would have been about it, instead of the crazy number that happened. Oh yes, yes, that's good. They felt protected. I like that. So they all knew she what so protest. I like protecting and smells funny is still good. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It still smelled funny. Uh, the warm glow and lack of bugs was I think I've written this exact same joke. Feels like the warm glow and lack of bugs was comforting, but it still smelled funny. I think I've done this exact same joke before. This is just the 2.0 version, but it's specifically like visually, it has the glow in there. The warm glow and lack of bugs was comforting, but it still smelled funny. Yeah, though that's a good. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to do is push myself, and I was just willing to let it go if there was no response to it. So I did a bunch of them, posted them on this website with a little JavaScript that showed a new one every day on the little front page, and then submitted that little JavaScript link to, or maybe it was like a PHP script, submitted that link to a bunch of the webcomic sites, so they were always displaying my newest comic, my newest cartoon, and people found it that way. And so, like I told you, that's how I got the job at Disney Adventures, because the editor for Disney Adventures read this cartoon, so that blew me away. So it's definitely worth and definitely feeling your way to something that feels like it has substance. You know, it feels like you can keep iterating on it. It's not a one and done. It's an idea with some depth to it, and that's what this luckily ended up being. Yeah, the warm glow and lack of bugs was comforting, but it still smelled funny. All right, a lovely outdoor patio table or something, tabletop, with a wonky looking anatomically incorrect lighter. So this lighter doesn't get Yum's approval. All right. One more time, just to make sure. All right. Like a bugs was comforting, but it still smelled funny. Sometimes it was better not to advertise your weaknesses. All right. Wow. That wasn't as painful. Yeah, these cartoons get so tiny. The web version of them, like what the script wants is very small. So I'm glad I have these high-res versions, or else, yeah, there's nothing I could do with this cartoon. Yeah, and that was the thing. The big reason I never wanted to do things digitally is because of all the mistakes you can make. You still see that too with somebody will do an art book or a production, like pre-production collection of drawings and things that people have done for some project, some animation or some movie or something, and people have worked too low res so that when they try to put these things in a book, you get these little weird pixelated, like little thumbnail size drawings, and it's just a waste, because that means that artwork is gone forever. It can never be anything but a bunch of cruddy pixels on a monitor. All right. Yeah, so that I was always terrified by making those kinds of mistakes. And I don't know if I... The other reason that I avoided digital artwork for a long time is every time... I don't know if I've told this story before, but it's not really a story, but every time I had any interaction with a computer, and it's usually like Macs, like there was usually a Mac on display, and most of the computer labs at art schools and stuff were all Mac based anyhow. So anytime I'd be in a computer store or whatever where they would have a demo model and Photoshop was open, I would try to draw something in Photoshop, and the brush size was so huge, and it was probably some setting for a paintbrush that had a very kind of feathered edge to it. So it was a lot of information. Just one, point was a lot of information for these early computers to render, especially early Macs. They're very underpowered. And so I would open a new file in Photoshop, take the pen and and I would draw a line. And I didn't know where the brush size, I wasn't quite sure where the brush size was set. And it would just start drawing. It would just lock up the whole computer, and the computer would go dut, 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 and just draw the little, the circle kind of form of the brush that were making up the stroke. And the computer would just essentially be processing this one stroke and I would wait for it to slowly finish, and I couldn't tell when it was ever over, and it never quite finished making the line. So I would just walk away. It's like, I guess I'm not going to be doing digital art anytime soon. But that happened multiple times. I've done that multiple times. I don't know if it's like the person before me was fucking up, fucking with the settings, and I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what anything meant or anything. I could just barely make a new document. And every time I tried to draw something in Photoshop, it was I don't know what I did wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing at all. So I avoided it for a long time, until I graduated from university. I didn't have a computer until after that, so I was in my 20s, before I even used a computer. regularly to do anything. And then I found out the joys of early Macs and their lack of memory, and just like, so PCs gave you the warning. They're like, things are fucked, everything's crashed, or the blue screen. I guess the blue screen came later. But a lot of times PCs warn you. Macs just wink out of existence. Like you're like doing something in Photoshop, animating or something, and it just goes whoop, it's just gone. So that made me crazy. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. That's the exact same thing. Like when you go into something and having no idea what to do. And 3D is still a little bit like that for me. Like the little bit of experience I've had dealing with 3D, I still, like, I don't know, the what I'm supposed to be considering with the size and scale for like maps that you're putting on 3D objects and things. So I always create something that takes like 3 days to render, and it's supposed to be something very simple. So I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of 3D either. So it's still that same thing where I just need to spend time with it and learn it. But yeah, those very kind of demoralizing experiences with digital technology just make you never go back. So I can't even imagine like my parents, like what they've run into in their like lives, being much older and trying to make sense of like, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I still remember multiple times when I'd visit my parents and my mother would say, okay, so explain to me, there's a file and a folder and a desktop. So where are these things? What are they actually? Yeah. So multiple times after I started using computers, I had to explain the metaphor of files and folders and desktop to my mother, that it's just a way for you to get your head around it, because it's otherwise you have to think like, completely like programmer style, just like levels of branching levels of directories and things. It was so funny. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 3D 3D orange. Yeah, what is it? What's the program where the first thing you do is make a donut? Like that's your first everything that you need to learn for the program is making a donut. Oh, all right. Okay, so everything is uploaded. All right, are we ready? I'm definitely ready. I still have some coffee too. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, let's do the convenience store deal. Where is revert? I'm still... Oh, there it is. Okay, it's F12. Let's go to the convenience store. All right. Well, here we are. Welcome to Family Mart. And the big chat window. Do we need the chat? I guess we always need the chat, so we'll keep the chat. All right. So it was not good. I don't know. Maybe summer, there's a lot of students now, and so things are picked over more than they would usually be. There wasn't any fun summer drinks or anything. So I wonder if we're entering that kind of laggy time in summer where we're not excited about it being hot anymore. We're just trying to survive. So bourbon, I think we've had things from bourbon before. Sometimes they do okay chocolate. Sometimes they do chocolate filled with liqueurs and brandy and things that are horrifying. But the name of this just made me laugh. So the mini Grande chocolate, Grande mini. I'm sorry, Grande mini chocolates. Potato chips. So they're mini potato chips covered in chocolate. But this real selling point is right here, where in Japanese it says bitter. So this is bitter chocolate. So dark chocolate on potato chips is usually pretty good. And sometimes bourbon makes the chocolate a little too sweet if it's milk chocolate. So let's give these a shot. So, nothing is keying out for once. Look at me. Well, I guess the potato chip yellow is. But little tiny chocolate covered potato chips. So nothing very adventurous. But at the same time, I'm not risking not risking anything too terrible. So a little bit simple, but we will try the chocolate Grande minis from Bourbon. Chocolate covered potato chips. Wow. Wow, they're not going to go stale anytime soon. Uh-oh. K5 has already done the thumbs down. There we go. Oh, these were surprisingly hard to get into. Oh, they are. Look. Mini. If in Japanese it says mini, then that means it's crazy small. This is almost like you could put this in a dollhouse. Oh my gosh. All right. There we go. So our yeah, it's exactly that flavor. So salty, starchy, and with kind of bitter chocolate. Yeah, it's good. Maybe not for K5. Yeah, these are super mini. They're not messing around. Look at that. I guess it's good for a snack. And these, something this small, especially with chocolate on it, isn't going to break inside the bag. They all look pretty intact. But yeah, I like chocolate covered pretzels and chocolate covered potato chips a lot. And these guys aren't promoting the potatoes being specifically from Hokkaido or anything, but a lot of times they do that. The Idaho of Japan is Hokkaido. Oh, I'm so glad I have coffee left. This is perfect. Yeah. So yeah, that was so weird. Was that last week? The consomme flavored chips that had the chocolate. That was so bizarre. The combination of soup mix and sweet. But these are perfect. Yeah, these is exactly. I was pretty sure, unless they were going to do something weird, that they couldn't screw these up. But I think we've had a few really good things from Bourbon. But I know that they make some of the worst kind of grandma candy in Japan as well. Yuck. Yeah, they're actually probably bigger on the package than they are inside. It doesn't say either way. But the potato chips are still crunchy. And the chocolate's not, I mean, it's been, sitting in kind of summer room temperature, so it's not melted or anything. So that's good. Yeah, these are great. That was kind of an easy one. I knew these would probably be pretty awesome. But the only problem is, well, they're small. So the bag is about like maybe that full when you get it. But it's quite a bit. And it's only 100 yen, so it's like, what, 75 cents now or whatever in the US. And the chocolate, both the chocolate and the potato chip quality are pretty awesome. So recommended, definitely, the Bourbon Choco Grand Mini potato chip. Grand Mini. They say it twice. Once in English and once in Japanese. And what does it say? So there's some weird gold writing. Oh, just Jaga Choco. Yeah. So potato chocolate and potato. All right, one more. So there we go. A lucky week, but I kind of suspected it wasn't going to go terribly wrong. And there really wasn't much. There were a lot of gummies, maybe for the kids, that are on summer break. A lot of gummy candy and stuff, but no more gummies. Yikes. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, that's a good point. Yeah, like for fruit and stuff. Yeah, like chocolate covered strawberries. I love dark chocolate. That's a good point. Yeah, peanut butter and chocolate. Peanut butter is hard. You have to get peanut butter imported in Japan. There's not a lot of. I think. I'm trying to think. It's very rare you can get like a peanut butter milkshake, but you can't get a chocolate and peanut butter milkshake at some of like the the burger places that try to do American style burgers. But there's no Reese's peanut butter cups or Reese Pieces, or there's nothing very peanut butter flavored here. There's peanut butter sandwiches, just peanut butter, not peanut butter and jelly, just peanut butter sandwiches. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's not a very common flavor here. They just have that, like I showed you, those that lunchable kind of crust cut off sandwich. That always is available in peanut butter. But the combination, yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite combinations ever. Like a peanut butter cup milkshake is just, yeah, irresistible. But even at Baskin Robbins, like the 31 flavors ice cream shop here, I don't think they have chocolate peanut butter. It's just chocolate or peanut butter. There's no racial mixing in this country. You wouldn't dare get your chocolate in my peanut butter. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Yum. Yeah, I went back and caught the comment, and then Yum reminded. Yeah, so it's strange. I think they would like it. It's not a flavor. It's not like a strange flavor for Japanese. I think they would like it. It's just none of the companies that make that made it over here. But yeah, I love that combination. That was always my favorite. Um, and I think that's easily the best candy. And maybe it doesn't come over here because it can get damaged very easily. Like peanut butter cups seem to be the most fragile like type of candy bar. You always end up, with the little edges of them all crushed and broken off, and they can be broken pretty easily. So I wonder if it's just that, and maybe they're pretty high calorie too. So maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's just not a. People are just not into that many calories. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really curious because they know ET, like ET is a thing here. So you think they would know peanut butter candy, but there really isn't. Yeah, peanut butter candy. I'll just do a quick search for Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh, you guys have just gotten me into a lot of trouble. A box of peanut butter cups is $50, but worth every penny. Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The prices are pretty crazy, but yeah, people are importing Reese's peanut butter cups here, but it's just not. Yeah, it's not a popular thing. That's so funny. Oh, I love those Reese's cups. It's brutal. $50. And so one cup, one package is two. Yeah, one package is two, and 210 calories. Yeah, that's a lot. So 100 calories per cup. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not popular here. You'd think it would be, and it's yeah, but a lot of those like you rarely see Butterfinger. Oh, they have wow. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy import stuff now. So much American stuff. I used to have to just like miss out, just like pine for brands and things of different snacks from the U.S. But yeah, it's on Amazon. They got Pop Tarts. Oh no, strawberry Pop Tarts. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna be a little heavier the next time you see me. I have a feeling I don't think I'm gonna survive this this next Amazon grocery order very well. Yikes! Wow, that's crazy. Oh yeah. Let me see if there's a Vegemite. Good idea. So, oh yeah, just Vegemite. Oh, not bad. So, it's probably pretty small. Okay, so a 400 gram jar of Vegemite is about maybe $15 US. So maybe close to like I guess $20 Australian. I'm not sure how the conversion works. So how much in Australia is a 400 gram jar, which looks like not the tiniest one, but the next size up? Yeah, but it's here. And Marmite. What's the difference between Marmite and Vegemite? I'll never know. and you can get Nutella. Nutella's almost $20 a jar. I think Costco has Nutella too. Oh, Marmite is yeast extract. So is that for cooking? I don't know. Oh, $5. I think. Yeah, yeah. So it's close to triple probably. Yeah, triple the price. But you can get it, and if you're just savoring it, if it's just to remind you of home, that's not too bad. Yeah, the tiny jar, the tiny 220-gram jar, is about $5. $5 US. So I'm not sure Australian what it would be. Oh, so Vegemite is yeast extract, salt, potassium chloride, malt extract from barley, and vegetable extract, onions, celery, niacin, thiamine, riboflavin. Wow. I think I've tasted Vegemite before, but I can't remember it. So what's the most common? Is Vegemite like a spread for toast? Is it like Nutella or peanut butter? Is it like a spread for morning toast? It seems a lot healthier than peanut butter. Let me take a look at the calories. Oh, the labeling is so confusing. Per 100 grams, it's 189 calories. Yeah, so it's not crazy high calorie-wise, like peanut butter is. Oh, that's right. That's right. I should change the store jingle to an Australian jingle. With butter, then Vegemite. Ah. On its own, it's awful. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Nice. Yes, you're gonna have to. That's right. I will definitely. If you send me, if you donate $5, I will order Vegemite and I will try it on the stream. Yeah, but yeah, I can see butter and Vegemite might be if I'm remembering at all. Oh, interesting. Yeah, your nutritional labeling is so different. The Australian traditional Australian nutritional labels are very different. They break it down very different. They say, an adult with a 2,000 calorie diet, this is how much. Yeah, it's very different from the U.S. version. Interesting. Yeah, toast or sandwich. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give it a shot, definitely. So Vegemite, is Marmite a competing brand with Vegemite, or is it a totally different? Is it like the New Zealand version? I have no idea. I can't believe how much junk food is on Amazon. That's crazy. They have a big box of. I guess this one is just Twinkies and cupcakes. Yeah, it's just Twinkies and cupcakes. But they had if they had snowballs, if it was snowballs, Twinkies, and cupcakes, that would be the best. Just like a cheaper brand. Yeah, yeah. So like the RC Cola or Pepsi of Vegemite. Yeah, the name is not very appetizing. Marmite doesn't sound delicious. What is Mar? Yeah, right. Marmite. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so just a less popular brand. Oh, that's too funny. That's disturbing how much junk food. And I guess why not? Because all of those American snacks have so many preservatives in them. The shelf life is probably crazy. It's probably very easy to warehouse that stuff. Like a Twinkie will survive the apocalypse. Oh, and they've got a big Utz jar of the plastic jug of cheese balls. I think I always knew someone, or no, I think it was like first it was a teacher, and then it was a coworker that had that big. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Let me switch back real quick. Comments. Oh, wait. Did I close that window? Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This ridiculous... There we go. Boom. So, I mean, just like this, you could put your head inside this jug. It's like a giant, giant plastic jug of cheese balls. I've always like been near someone that's had one of these. I don't know why. It's very disturbing, and it's not like something that you want to like have multiple people putting their hands in. That's pretty disgusting. But yeah, those giant jugs of cheese balls. But I can't believe you can get that in the U.S. though. Made with real cheese, baked not fried, gluten free. I love this. Exposure to sunlight reduces freshness. Yuck. What does that mean? What happens? Yuck. Oh, man. Yeah, so sorry, just looking at all this stupid stuff on Amazon. Yikes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the prices are pretty brutal, but you got to really want it. But previously, maybe 10 years ago, this stuff just was not available. Like, no importer was even, most things were just not available. So more recently, and maybe because of how things are, where things are warehoused, or how cargo is working now, people are able to have stuff, a lot more stuff available. And even like deodorant and toothpaste and stuff that's from your home country, you can get that now. It's expensive. It's at least double the price, but you don't have to go without. And especially if you're like working short term, like if your company like just puts you in a far off land for a year, you could survive pretty easily. Be expensive, but you could not have to adjust really very much at all. Yeah, right. Cheesy poofs. Yeah, right. Cheesy poofs. Yeah, that's definitely a Walmart. That big jug of cheese balls is a definitely a Walmart purchase. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not the list of things that customs stops is pretty random, and not always will they catch something. So for a while, like especially during Mad Cow and things, anything that contained meat, even if it was like jerky or dried meat, they wouldn't let meat go. Customs would always pull that out of any packages. If like friends sent me anything, like any curries from Japan that had meat in them, they would always pull those out, those little sealed pouches. And so it's always kind of random. There's probably like a website or something that lists everything that they don't want, but if they don't check, if they don't search the box, if they don't open the box, a lot of times they don't find stuff. So yeah, the stuff that customs stops is super random. They open like a lot of my orders, like Kickstarter things I order, or online, from online stores. A lot of my stuff gets opened. I think just because a foreigner's name in Japan, they want to make sure you're not trying to run a business through the mail. You're not trying to ship stuff to you and then try to sell it without paying any taxes or tariffs or anything. So I get a bunch of stuff opened, but I haven't had stuff taken out in a long time. And they leave you a little note about what they stole. Oh, I haven't. No, I haven't seen the new Beavis and Butthead movie. I heard Mike Judge talking about it a little bit, but I haven't. I haven't seen it. I have to figure out a good way to see it if it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be in theaters. Or maybe it's only on streaming in the U.S. anyhow, but I don't think it's gonna make it here. I'm not sure if Beavis and Butthead were ever popular in Japan. They may have been, because all MTV stuff was. Oh, nice. That would be fun. The big cheese, yeah. Big cheese ball jar. Nice. Yeah, so it is random, the stuff that the custom stops, and they stop I think probably more food things than anything else, and other stuff just has like they want you to pay tariffs or whatever. So sometimes like jeans or shoes or things, certain things they try to protect the domestic market. I think Japanese denim is they try to protect their denim market for some reason. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I liked when they were just like riffing on music videos and stuff. Like when Beavis and Butthead were just like doing the Mystery Science Theater thing to music videos. That was always funny, and in short doses, like the shorts that the characters are originally based on were fun. But I don't know. They did a movie though. They did a movie in the '90s, I think. So I don't know if they're still able to do a nice extended adventure story, and have it still be funny. Yeah, yeah, but I liked. And I remember early interviews with Mike Judge said that he does both of the voices, and he has to like really mess up his throat to because he's like constantly like throat laughing, and the way he's using his voice is really really hard. So long recording sessions are just brutal to try to do those characters for very long. Mm. Yeah, yeah, the music video riffing was the most fun that they did. Yeah, yeah, because his Mike Judge is just so so cynical and negative that it was funny to hear those supposedly young characters talk about pop culture, like kind of current pop culture stuff. Yeah, yeah. People refer so much recently to Idiocracy. I guess there's enough like gags in Idiocracy that are more funny now, but I still like Office Space. Office Space is definitely my favorite thing that he's done, and why all my staplers are red in in my cartoons. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if they did collect those. They probably stuff that's so frustrating when there's like rights things. So like it's okay on MTV. MTV had the rights to show the music videos, so they could do Beavis and Butthead talking over the videos. But to release that separately, the studio would probably have to clear the rights for every one of those music videos, so it might get too expensive to make it worthwhile. Yeah, Office Space is great. Yeah, yeah, and Idiocracy. Yeah, I don't know if Beavis and Butthead ever. I'm sure people have recorded it. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. But I don't know if they did a official release. Yeah, because it's. Yeah, I don't even know the because MTV was like Viacom. I guess it's still Viacom. But there's been a lot of weird acquisitions recently, so I wonder. Okay, let's see if Japanese Amazon knows what Beavis and Butthead is. I think I've seen T-shirts and things in some of like the um, in some of the shops. So their movies on Prime in Japan. No, there is. Yeah, there's a complete collection DVD of the MTV. It doesn't say. Yeah, it looks pretty. It's probably out of like long out of print. But it's them sitting on the couch, so it could be. And they're released individually too. Yeah, I wonder. The movie's on Prime, but yeah, the collection of. I wonder if it is the music videos. That would be funny. Complete is 12 discs. Yikes. That's a lot of Beavis and Butthead. Oh, no subtitles. That's funny. It's available. Is it? Which region is this? It doesn't say. I think it's Japanese. Why would they release it in Japan with no subtitles? That's so funny. That's so cruel. Yeah, so maybe it was never released. It was never subtitled. It was never translated in Japan, but they released it here. Enjoy, especially with the voices of those characters. If you can barely understand English, you're not going to understand anything they're saying. that's funny. Wow, 12 discs. Yeah, because they had the talking over the music videos and then the short little like story stuff. Oh, Ren and Stimpy, the almost complete Ren and Stimpy. Oh man, yeah. Somebody posted somewhere a clip from Ren and Stimpy. I think it was the later stuff. I think it was the version when John Kay wasn't involved anymore. Although the humor seemed more like his weird humor, but the visual gag was Stimpy had a log strapped to his rear end, so like his lower back, his ass basically had a log on it strapped to it, and Ren had a saw, just a handsaw, strapped like with a belt, like a strap-on dildo, like strapped around his waist, and he was cutting the log. So he was standing behind Stimpy, cutting the log by thrusting his hips, and he stopped, and Stimpy was begging him to keep going, and the whole thing visually was, it was very gay sex visually, and but I'm not sure what that was from. I don't remember that scene, but somebody posted that and said, "This is what kids used to watch." And I don't remember that at all from the show. But it looked like the later era, when Nickelodeon, they said, "Well, we own this character, so we can keep doing it." And Billy West then did the voice for both Stimpy and Ren. And John Kay wasn't involved anymore because I think he was really bad at getting stuff on schedule, like completing stuff on schedule, and that was hurting the relationship with Nickelodeon, so they just took it from him. But yeah, I saw that scene like, oh wow, if that was actually on TV in the 90s, that's pretty intense. Yeah, let me see if it's on YouTube anywhere. I wonder, and it could be an unreleased like angry John Kay thing. Oh no, yeah, it's sawing wood. I'll get dinged. I guess it's on Spike TV. Yeah, but if you search Ren and Stimpy sawing wood, it's on. Oh, I wonder if they did new episodes specifically for Spike TV. Yeah, but it's very. I'll just show you guys the little rollover thumbnails here, because that's all we're doing. Yikes. Yeah, so this is the scene, and I don't remember this at all. But it's, the positions for it are very suggestive. So yeah, but I didn't remember this. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I wonder if they produce new stuff and it could be edgier because they were doing it. Is Spike TV even a thing anymore though? I don't remember. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Ambiguously gay duo. Yeah, it's very funny. But yeah, I loved Ren and Stimpy. So I don't know what that is, but then maybe they did produce episodes later. It looks odd. It's not like yeah, it looks like the style is a little bit off, so I'm not quite sure. Whoa, let me move the tablet out of the way. Come on. Sorry, it's not moving back. There we go. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so I wonder if yeah, I never saw, I've been away from been away for so long from cable television. Yeah, adult party cartoon. Yeah, so I guess they did do new. Ren Stimpy's Adult Party Cartoon is an animated series for Spike TV. Yeah, yeah, it was in the early 2000s. Yeah, so specifically, it was supposed to be edgy, and I guess it's Spike, but it's supposed to be edgy and stupid like that. That's why. So it was never on. It was never supposed to be for kids. I don't think any of John K's stuff was ever supposed to be for kids. But yeah, that explains it because I don't remember seeing that. But it is John K, so I guess they let him do it again because I thought he was kicked off of the. I thought he was kicked off. Yeah, weird. I've lost track. Yeah, very funny. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the stuff kids can see on the internet, like, yeah, we couldn't even go near anything like that. Uh, yeah, so I guess it was just a bunch of goofy innuendo. Yeah, but yeah, I wonder if maybe Spike TV had like a late night thing because if they're calling it adult party cartoon, yeah, that's strange. Yeah, but that's weird because I thought there was a big falling out. Maybe there was some reconciliation for whatever when they put this deal together. Oh yeah, so I'm just going to read Wikipedia because that's what live streaming is all about, right? So John Kay had many altercations with the network, culminating his termination in 2002, a decade after he was fired. Viacom got in touch with him to produce a new version for Spike TV. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I was already kind of not in the US very much anymore by then. Yeah, so original voices except for Billy West. Wow. So yeah, he did Stimpy and Mr. Horse. Billy West is amazing. His yeah, his voices are so good. Weird. Yeah, I don't remember this at all. Adult party cartoons. That's funny, and it must not have lasted long. It's a couple years. Yeah, 2003 to 2006. Weird. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? How's Twitch doing? Uh, yeah, we just finished up. We finished up the writing and all that good stuff. Oh, I guess. Oh, and I even did the exciting off-screen FTP part. Wow. Yeah, no, we finished a bit ago. We are looking at Ren and Stimpy cartoons and Beavis and Butthead on yeah, the ones that were produced for Spike TV. I didn't even know that he actually got a chance to do those characters again. That's crazy. Wow. Looking at old kids cartoons. So that's yeah, that explains why that scene is intentionally so suggestive. I've got a little fly in here. Weird. Yeah, yeah. Old Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, the original stuff was still the best. I think the like the sensibility and animation was so good. Yeah, because it must be digital now. The way that they're doing it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I think that's what it was. Well, I think he got accused by a bunch of women at the studio for being abusive and yeah, uh, very maybe very early Me Too. I think was John K's big problem. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think he groomed a because somebody. that stuff was so edgy and so popular back in the 90s, like when it first came out, all the Spumco stuff, that people wanted to be involved no matter what. And so I think, because I knew a guy that worked at Spumco, and he said that, yeah, John Kay was really, really abusive. He would just, just yell at people all day and, call them, talentless hacks and things. And so, like, really, it was really hard to work at that studio. Oh, wow. Yeah, if his girlfriend was, yeah. Yeah, if it was one of those young, yeah, definitely, yeah, me too. Like all my, and even that drawing style, I loved how, and the crazy close-ups, like those like painted, weird close-ups of like the inside of someone's ear or someone's nose hole or whatever. The disgusting crusty close-up for animated shows was, yeah, that was very very revolutionary. Yeah, that's right. And then there was like that weird. They continued. They maybe did another season after they took the show away from him, and it was very tame and very different. Not very. Uh, yeah, the humor was very gone. So I guess, yeah, I guess it came back shortly. That's weird. For a short amount of time. Magic nose goblins. Yeah, that's right. One guy kept asking for me at the picnic. Ah, nice. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I liked his the Mighty Mouse that John Kay did was really good too. I don't remember who that was for. I think that was just a Saturday morning cartoon. But that got canceled when he did this weird reference. They some parents group or whatever said it was a drug reference, but he Mighty Mouse like crushed some character into powder and then snorted him, like off of his hand, and it looked like cocaine. And so they said, well, this is a drug reference and you can't do that in kids cartoons. And so they canceled Mighty Mouse, but he did like a weird revival of Mighty Mouse that was very, Spumco style, very Ren and Stimpy, bizarre version of that character. Yeah, nice. You'll have to, if you didn't eat meat, yeah, I think a lot of yeah, good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff. And just from the opening of that cartoon, yeah, that it was something very different. It's funny. Yeah. Whole pig faces. Uh, nice. Yeah, that's really weird. I can't believe, yeah, that I missed that weird re-release of Ren and Stimpy. So strange. But it sounds like, yeah, it was done for kind of a dude bro kind of Spike TV audience. So weird. But now it's got to be very confusing because if nobody knows, like it was originally a Nickelodeon cartoon and he came from, Saturday morning cartoons and stuff, it's not going to make any sense why there's so much like weird sexual innuendo and stuff. Weird. Oh yeah, yeah, and I think he had trouble like actually staying on schedule. Spumco, like, yeah, notoriously delivered stuff late, and that's not good for TV animation. If they're just doing like music videos and stuff, it's fine. I think they did a Bjork music video. There's a couple of pretty famous like '90s music videos that Spumco did animation for. Yeah, it's funny. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, that's true. Animation is very labor intensive, and that's why they were looking for so many other solutions because you can't afford to pay a bunch of American animators, or you couldn't, at the time. So all the TV animation they finished it all in Korea. But I guess with digital now, a lot of that stuff for like Adult Swim and everything, I think because they're doing it in After Effects and stuff, or there's some other tools that people are using now that yeah, make it more possible to do like limited animation for TV digitally. But yeah, it used to be way too, way too difficult. Yeah, weird. Spumco, yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I think there was like an umlaut over the O or over the U or something. I forget how they Spumco. Yeah, it's with a C. So SPU umlaut over the U, MCO and the Norwegian slash to the O. Yeah. Oh yeah, so they were done in 2005. Yeah, so I guess that was the last work that they did. So 89 to 2005. Wow. Yeah, I really wanted to. That was like if I could have worked at any place, I would have wanted to work there. I just don't think I wasn't good enough at cartooning. Oh yeah, so they closed after a lawsuit with Carbuncle Animation. So I guess they were working together on stuff, and that was it. But yeah, that would have been cool. But I did meet someone that worked there, and it sounds like I was lucky that I did it because I don't think I could have survived the browbeating and the "you are talentless." Yeah, yeah, crazy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think my self-esteem survive or is much more intact than if I would have tried to do that. Yeah, but I love that style so much. It was so different from what was going on. Uh, yeah, and I think I've never been very good at imitating other people's styles. Like that was a real to be in to survive well in like studio animation. You have to be able to draw on model of somebody else's character design. So you have to be able to copy other people's styles, and I've never been particularly good at that. Just like I'm not good at caricatures. So that definitely, if you have that ability, you can do well because they need people to just imitate whatever the director is coming up for. Ironically. Well, thank you, Yum. Nice. YouTube Easter egg. No. Yeah, no, I didn't K5. So YouTube Easter egg. I saw there was some weird thing on YouTube yesterday with the cat, the international Internet Cat Day or something, but I missed that. But no, yeah, I didn't hear about the any YouTube Easter egg thing. Ah, crazy. Wow. Oh man. Now I'm getting curious about trying Vegemite again. It's been a while. I'll have to see if I run into a jar of it at any of the import stores. I will buy it just for unknown girls' entertainment to try on stream. And now that I know that a case of Reese's peanut butter cups costs $50, I'll have to do like a 24-hour stream or something to raise money to buy a case of peanut butter cups and then eat those on stream. Ugh, crazy. Yeah, I haven't had a peanut butter cup in a long time. That's crazy. Yeah, because they don't exist here like in regular stores. You'd have to. I'm sure though. Maybe Tokyo has a bigger selection and a bigger because they have a much bigger foreign population, expat population. So it's probably much easier to find stuff. Put up any YouTube video. Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I saw somebody talking about that. Yeah, yeah, and it forwards you. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, so delete the H. Okay, that's right. Oh, and watch in the URL. Oh, okay. Sure, sure. Yeah, I can. I'll do that. Yeah, let me. I'll get you a PO box address, and then we can just forward stuff from there. So the C in watch. Let me see here. Yeah, I saw somebody do this on a YouTube channel and saw the weird video that it forwarded to. Ah, okay. Yeah, I forget who it was. Delete the H and watch, and then I'm getting a weird thing. I'll try. I'll try it off stream. Sorry. Yeah, I wanted. I should. I want to take a look and see what that was as well. Yeah, that's really weird. Somebody must have. Yum is getting high, so let's go. Yeah, I'll try that later. Oh, funny. All right. Well, I should probably wrap up. Yeah, I'll have to. It's hot, so I need to do some driving instead of letting people suffer in the sun. All right. But so you get high, Yum, and we'll you want to watch some trippy Easter eggs on YouTube? Yeah, I saw the creepy video that that it goes to. All right. Yeah, I just don't know what if it'll knock me off the stream or not. Nice. Yum's gonna do it all by herself. Watch some creepy videos. All right. So yeah, we'll wrap up here, and we'll do the same thing next week. And I'll be sure to bring the or to wear the shirt if it fits. To wear the abuse. It's yeah, black and white abuse me shirt. So I will. I will wear that next week, and we'll do this again. So abusecartoons.com is the website, and then gocomics.com/domestic abuse is where we're looking at the comments for all the early cartoons. Thank you, K5, for that idea. That's really fun. The early cartoons for this series. Yeah, crazy. Oh, okay. Oh, Yum is I'm driving Yum crazy here. Okay, let me just click on something and delete. Let me see here. Delete the H. Let's try. Oh, I'm getting page not available. I wonder if it's no, it's .com. Okay, take care, everyone. Yeah, I'm just getting page not found. Page isn't available. Weird. Is it definitely the H? I can't remember. Oh, there's that IHP site too. If you delete the, did it have any videos? There was no videos on it. Weird. Yeah, somebody can really manipulate this. That's very bizarre. I deleted the something, the T, and it took me to somebody's weird. How about the C? Yeah, IHP, and it forces you. Weird. It forces you to, or it like prompts you to subscribe right away. Yeah, I'm just getting the monkey with the magnifying glass. Yum is high. And that's why Yum knows lighters so well. Lighter anatomy. All right, you guys. I'll be back next week. So everybody take care and hopefully have a good week till I can see you again. Thanks for everybody being in the chat. That was really fun. Always fun. And we'll, so a P.O. box address. I will get you guys that so we can, we can try some weird stuff on stream. And yeah, let's do this again next time. So take care and see you then. Goodbye.